Shatter Me is a young adult dystopian novel by Tahereh Mafi, published in 2011. It is the first book in the Shatter Me series, and it tells the story of a 17-year-old girl named Juliette Ferrars who possesses a lethal touch. The book takes place in a world where the government has collapsed, leaving the survivors struggling to survive in a harsh and unforgiving world. Juliette has been imprisoned for almost a year in an asylum for having accidentally killed a small boy with her touch. She is locked up in a cell with no windows, no books, and no contact with the outside world. Her only solace is her thoughts, which she writes down in a journal. But even that is taken away from her when a boy named Adam Kent is thrown into her cell. Adam is different from any other person Juliette has ever met. He seems to know her, and he doesn't flinch when she accidentally touches him. Adam reveals that he has been sent to break Juliette out of the asylum and take her to a place where she can be safe. The two escape the asylum, but not before Juliette kills one of the guards with her touch. Juliette and Adam travel across the country, trying to stay one step ahead of the people who want to capture Juliette for her abilities. Along the way, they encounter other people with special abilities like Juliette's. They discover that these people have been taken to a place called Omega Point, where they are being trained to fight against the government. At Omega Point, Juliette meets Warner, the son of the leader of the Reestablishment, the government that has taken over the country. Warner is obsessed with Juliette and her abilities, and he tries to convince her to join him and use her powers to help the Reestablishment. Juliette refuses, but she is torn between her feelings for Adam and her growing attraction to Warner. As Juliette trains with the other people at Omega Point, she begins to understand the extent of her powers. She discovers that she can use her touch not only to kill, but also to heal. She also learns that the Reestablishment has been using her powers for their own purposes. When the Reestablishment attacks Omega Point, Juliette must use her powers to fight back. She manages to escape with the help of Adam and the other people from Omega Point, but not before she is captured by Warner. Juliette is taken to the Reestablishment's headquarters, where she learns the truth about her past and her abilities. In the end, Juliette and her friends launch an attack on the Reestablishment, using their powers to take down their enemies. Juliette uses her touch to disable Warner, but instead of killing him, she heals him. Juliette and Adam finally confess their love for each other, and they set out to rebuild their world. The story continues in the rest of the series, with Juliette and her friends fighting to bring down the Reestablishment and create a better future for themselves and their world.